Welcome to Loco Gringo Mexico, where we can take you beyond the usual on your vacation. Each week we talk with amazing locals who know the Riviera Maya and Yucatan like only locals can. Get real tips to real places, insights on the local scene, culture, and cuisine from a local's perspective. So pour yourself a margarita, mezcal, or tequila, grab yourself a comfy chair, and let's get the show going.
The holiday season is a time for good cheer and friendship. As 2017 nears an end, here's a favorite podcast from this past year.
This episode is brought to you by Playa. Lots of people ask us for information and help when it comes to real estate, whether they're looking for retirement, an investment property, or maybe they're looking to relocate to the area. And we refer them over to our friends at Playa. The folks at Playa we've known for years, and they'll make sure that you, the buyer, are fully protected and informed when it comes to buying real estate. So if you're looking to buy a piece of paradise, check out our friends at buyplaya.com. Hola, everybody. This is Kay Walton with Loco Gringo Mexico. Thanks for joining us today. Well, if it sounds like I have a cold, it's because I do. And, having a cold in the heat and humidity is never really a fun time. But I definitely have had fun talking to our next set of guests. And this is the first couple we've had, two people that we're talking to, MapChick and her husband, Perry. And then you're going, well, what kind of name is MapChick? Well, for some of you, that might be a familiar name. MapChick is known for her maps. They are known for their maps. And they're going to talk to us today about how they began mapping the Riviera Maya and Yucatan Peninsula and some of the most popular maps that are on the market today. And information you just won't find if you're just searching the web. So let me introduce you to them. Hey everybody, I want to introduce you to two friends of mine. We were just giggling because we think we've known each other for more than 15 or 16 years. I'd like to introduce you to Laura and Perry McFarlin. They have the Cancun Maps, and they actually have some of the best maps in the area, and they agreed to talk to us today. Hey guys, how are you?
Great.
Excellent, Kay.
Now, you guys, and I know I'm talking to you up in Iowa, right?
Yes.
So tell me, if you will, how people in Iowa, how you got down here to start making maps, because your maps are absolutely incredible. And so how did you find your way down here way back when?
Total accident.
Yes. And this is the main question we get all the time. So our first trip to Cancun was, we just used to go to a restaurant in downtown Des Moines, and we had a friend who was a waiter and had this big contest where they had a obstacle course where waiters had to run through holding trays of drinks and stuff. And he won it. And he won a trip to this unknown place none of us had ever heard of called Cancun, Mexico. And he came back and he says, you guys got to go to this place. It's so much fun. So that was our first trip to Mexico.
This would have been about 1980, maybe?
Early 80s, yeah.
Yeah. And so Dave is the reason we went, and a silly little race that they were trying to promote this unknown destination of Cancun.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's how we first
Back then, Cancun was perhaps a half dozen hotels. Lorenzio's Lobster House restaurant was already there.
Yeah, and that really was the main restaurant in the hotel zone. Everybody else got on the bus and went downtown to eat every night.
No, there was no bus. It was taxis still.
Oh, yeah, it was mostly taxis.
Yeah. So it was really primitive back then.
Yeah.
And one bad thing, we kept going back with no finances whatsoever. So the first time we stayed in a decent hotel, and then I think this is part of the reason the adventure started, we would go with no money, buy a loaf of bread and some butter and peanut butter.
We sound really pitiful, don't we?
And we would pretty much rough it, share hotel rooms with people or sleep on the beach.
Or we packed our tent.
We did.
Yeah. And that's part of the thing. We'd get back to the airport and we'd look pretty rough after tenting, a couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Down at Chimwheel Campground. And, that was the best place ever. And people would look at us strangely like, where have you been? What have you been doing? And so we'd just start saying what we were doing. And, well, how did you get there? And so we'd say, we get on the bus. And people were just just amazed. And we thought, well, this was so easy. Why is this so hard? So we thought, we need to kind of share this information somehow.
Yep. And so we actually started writing a travel book. And once we got to the center, I'm a graphic designer. Once we got done with this, in the center, I thought, I'm going to put this really elaborate, nice map, because most travel books just have this black and white map that's not very good. And I realized all the information in the entire book can fit in these blank spaces on the map where there's water, or there's an empty block of land. I can put a block of text and tell about a restaurant. That's how we ended up in the map business.
Yes, instead of a book.
Yep.
Wow. Now, do you still have that manuscript? Any dreams and fantasies of having that book published one day?
No, but I still do have them in a rough format, about 5 different versions of it.
Yeah.
In different sizes. One was newspaper style, one was book style, all different. We experimented with about everything. But no, it'll never come to fruition.
I think actually not a guidebook, because that's what we do in the maps, but maybe more of a book of just our experiences would be fun over the last 20-some years.
Oh, that would be a blast.
And all the people we've met and all the fun and crazy experiences we've had. I think that'd be a more fun book.
Oh, yes. That'd be so much fun.
Get on that, Perry.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that would be super cool. I mean, I think that the journey is even more important than the destination, or so the travel quotes go.
And Kay, one of the most amazing things about going through this part of Mexico are the people. Like one of the things we do is we will go into a village for the first time. This was especially when we did the inland towards Chichen Itza map. You'd go into a village, and sometimes they didn't even have a taxi driver. So I would find someone with a car, pay them maybe $100 for the whole day. Mm-hmm. Take me, I want to see where you swim. I want to see the cemetery. I want to meet everybody that's the ancient people, everything you can dream of.
Yeah, anyone who has a story.
They would do that. At the end of the day, I'm exhausted. I want to get on the bus and get back to civilization. And no, they insist that I come and have dinner with them.
But it's wonderful.
All the neighbors come up. No, it's blissful.
Yeah.
But it's just, that's the way these people are.
Now, did you speak any Spanish at this time?
No.
No. Just, what we could pick up here and there just to get along, or just to, do the basics.
Yeah.
But you have a great story about riding the bus. The very first time we were going to ride the bus from Cancun to Playa del Carmen.
Oh, yes.
He did practice in Spanish how to buy a bus ticket, and that was really good.
Because, Kay, what I would do is memorize phrases that I thought I might need.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a wonderful idea. I'd memorized tons of phrases till I got down there, and I went to the bus station in probably perfect Spanglish. I asked when the next bus to Playa del Carmen was. This was in the Cancun airport. Mm-hmm. And the lady replied,
well, that's what it sounded like to us.
And so I just pretty much thought, okay, I'm going to give up and I'm just going to come back later and try again in English this time. And the people behind me asked if I could help them get their bus.
Yeah.
They were from Europe.
Yeah. You could ask in Spanish, but we didn't understand what the response was. We just got on a bus and ended up wherever.
Yeah, I think we almost mapped Nicaragua that trip.
No, I understand. There's too many times I have either said yes when I should have said no, or no when I should have said yes because I didn't understand the reply.
Right. Now we have this thing where Perry's really pretty good with his Spanish, and I don't speak very good Spanish, but I can usually understand the response better than he can. So we kind of tag team it. Like, he will ask a question and I will just listen closely and figure out what the answer was. And we somehow get by.
Yeah, we speak in a triangle now.
Yeah.
Hey, that's cool. It works.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question, and maybe it's my memory that's a little foggy. Is, Perry, didn't you used to pedal your way around? I mean, you're talking about being on the bus, but for some reason I thought years ago you also rode your bike up and down the coast.
Yes, that was incredible. And what I did was the bicycle. I found an odometer that had down to like the hundredths of a mile. And this was before GPS. So I would ride my bike. I had an odometer mounted on the handlebars and a compass. So I would go in a certain direction, write down, what do you call them now? I can't even think now because everything's GPS. But the direction.
Yeah, miles.
And keep track of the mileage until I had to turn the bike to go another direction.
Yeah. This was way before any Google Map was out there. So this is making your own map with a compass and a bike odometer.
Okay, the hours involved were just excruciating.
I cannot imagine.
And typically I'd have to push it, actually, down all these roads. Like Tangkaw I pushed a bike. And every time the road turned a little bit, I would have to go straight, mark down the miles, then turn my bike slightly and go until you had to do it that way in like these little jogs, little angles. Then we also would charter a plane, and I'd hang out of the plane and shoot photographs.
You have to get kind of the shape.
Because they'd have to shoot down. So they would take the door off the plane, and I would actually hang out and shoot straight down.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I had to take a lot of insurance on him for that. There's usually a rope tied around his waist with some guy holding it.
Okay, those were the days when you could fly in a plane and you would go 2 or 3 minutes between hotels.
Yeah.
I remember those days.
That same thing would be so hard to do because it's snap, 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 snap. It's just hotel, 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 hotel now.
Yeah. So much growth.
Getting harder.
It is getting harder. I mean, we did our aerial tours back in the day and was amazing flying, but especially around Playa del Carmen and that, it just got to the point where we couldn't keep up with the development. And nowadays it's not inexpensive to rent a plane anymore.
Right. Yeah. And that was a huge expense for us back then.
Yeah, it was.
Huge expense, but there was no other option. Nobody had ever really mapped that area at all. So we were on our own. And
luckily now we use GPS when we go down. We're not pushing the bike anymore.
Yeah, we still go down we still map everything ourselves. We don't use Google Map or anything. Like a lot of people might just feel like they should copy things, but we don't copy anybody or any information. If it's on the map, we figured it out ourselves.
Well, I mean, if you look at Google Map, they're not always right either.
Exactly. Yeah.
There are some discrepancies. I noticed I was looking up something for somebody one time. And
no, I mean, I know they're getting closer, but there's still a few places that even we've found that we beat Google there, as you guys did.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But I won't knock them. What an awesome thing they put together. Is that you can look at things from an aerial view. It's so incredible. A lot of people thought that would put us out of business, but what we sell is the personal aspect. We're your personal travel guides. We go to all the restaurants and try them. One thing we've noticed on restaurants is a lot of times they'll be highly recommended on some of these big websites.
We won't name any names.
And we don't, and we really don't agree. We'll go down and we'll write down the top 10 or 20 restaurants. A lot of times we don't agree with that.
No.
And
I don't know, maybe it's our taste, maybe it's what we expect, our expectations are, but
But we've had wonderful results with people being happy with our recommendations. And
so that makes it worth it. So we must be doing something okay.
Yeah. Something after all these years. We still have taste buds.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys have, I know you can buy for the map, the crazy map people who want to own all of your maps. You have a total of 10 maps or 12 maps?
It's 7 sets.
7 sets. Now, can I ask, what was your favorite set? I mean, do you have a favorite set of maps that's like, oh man, I love doing this. I love updating it. That's more fun than maybe some of the others?
Oh, are you going to say something? Are you going to say something different than mine?
We know what you like.
Well, my favorite's always East Elmore Harris. I just love the small that I can just walk around, and I go and oftentimes do the updates on that one myself, and it's just so easy to get around and stuff, and I really enjoy that one.
And I'm real type A, so I just love the fact that I get to move around all the time.
Yeah. Although you kind of like the adventure one, like going to all the ruins and things like that.
Oh, I did enjoy that.
That's kind of your favorite.
Yeah. When you get the machine. Yeah.
But they're all, like, I figured out, everybody asks me, what's your favorite place to stay? And I always think, every time we go down and map and we're in different areas, I love where I am when I'm there. You know, every place I really like.
That's true.
For all different reasons, but every place I like. So I can't say that I don't like any place we map. I love them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're all very unique. Mm-hmm. All the, like Puerto Morelos, Isla Mujeres, Cozumel, Tulum, everything has its own unique personality.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's absolutely, and I think the whole Yucatan Peninsula has a little bit of something for everyone, no matter what your tastes are, whether, you know, you want to be up at Isla Mujeres or down in Tulum. We've definitely got the variety that people, you know, for everybody who wants from mild to wild.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can go on a vacation where you have all kinds of entertainment and eco parks and things like that, or if you want to explore Mayan ruins, or if you just want to lay in a hammock on the beach. I mean, there's something for everybody.
Now, what is your most popular map? I mean, you see people, you know, buying them online, and what is traditionally your number one selling map?
Okay, you'll be shocked. I'm going to let Laura tell you, but this map we originally did, and we put it online for free because the area is so small, we knew nobody would ever buy it and justify the huge expense of printing a product. So they could download the PDF files, print them on their color printer at home, and tape everything together. And drum roll.
Well, it's Isla Mujeres. That's our biggest selling.
Yeah.
And actually, we didn't even really want to map it. That was one of the places we would go and say, well, this is our vacation time. We're just going to, after we're working on maps, we'd end up there for a couple of days just to relax. But we started getting requests for this map, and it kind of snowballed. And yeah, now that's our biggest selling map.
That's awesome. Now, here's a question for you: is you're in the area, you're updating all the maps and everything. If you were not to be working, so it wasn't a work vacation, but it was an actual vacation, do you have a favorite area that you'd say, oh yeah, I want to come back here on vacation and just relax and not be working so much? Do you have a favorite?
I think you would probably be Isla Mujeres.
Isla or Tulum. I really like Tulum also.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd have to divide my vacation half the time there and half the time.
And I'm so strange because I just love being anywhere.
Yeah.
I love it all. Playa del Carmen, the hustle and bustle would get to me after a little while.
I actually think we'd have a really hard time if we said, let's go on a vacation. Where should we go? I think we'd have a really hard time choosing one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I can understand that. Now, and you don't do any maps outside of the Yucatan, do you? There aren't any for like Chiapas or any other areas of Mexico?
No, we're interested in growing, and we just keep updating our products.
Yeah.
And it's really time consuming.
And we get requests, and we think how much fun it would be, but there's two of us, and you know, just keeping up with all the updates and everything. So far, we haven't found the time to explore some other places, but we've got some on a short list.
Yeah, if we ever get the time, we have a few places we're going to do. One of them we're gonna start doing the research on this winter, and that is Holbox.
Yeah.
Oh, two thumbs up. I give 2 thumbs up on your decision for Holbox.
Yeah.
And then we get a lot of requests for Cuba.
Mm-hmm. I also get requests for Cabo, and we've never even
Cabo.
been there.
Yes, we do.
We get a lot of requests for that, and haven't made it that direction yet.
Yeah.
So.
In all of your discoveries, in all of your the miles and kilometers you've crossed here, I want to know, and I ask everybody this question, is some little hidden gems or some secret spots that you guys go, which that are just those secret spots you go, oh, let's just go, and you go not because it's so much for work as much as that you're just so passionate about it, whether it's just a place to go have tacos or a cenote or an attraction that you really like. Do you have any things that you could suggest to the people who are listening?
Okay. There is one restaurant that really, it's always good. We don't even need to go there and eat there every time because we already know. And that is Chimico's. And we just really love that one. Love going and sitting on the beach and getting that wonderful big plate of ceviche that has that little surprise underneath it. I mean, I could go sit there all day long, but I can't.
We recently met some friends in Mexico and took them on a little tour. Mm-hmm. And they went to Tulum. Afterwards is when we met them, and we took them to Chimicos. Are you familiar with where it is, Kay?
Oh yeah, I remember. I go to Chimicos all the time, and I remember when Soliman Bay wasn't on a map yet.
I know.
No, there weren't all those. There's a lot of houses along there and everything, and there wasn't any of those houses when we first went there.
Now, the first time I mapped Solomon Bay and Tangkaw area, you could ride from one entrance all the way through to the other. Now they've blocked it.
On your bike.
And I rode I was on my bike.
Yeah.
But that was a long haul.
Well, and it's kind of sad that road is still not open yet, because, to go to between two bays, whether you were going to go to, whether Chimicos and then want to go down to Tangkaw or vice versa, so you got to go out to the highway now. And that kind of sucks, because it's always been a fun adventure to take the Coconut Road along the shoreline. And it's kind of sad that they had to shut that access off.
Oh, yeah. It's terrible. But there's so many changes. Now, one of our favorite places on earth was Chemuil Bay, the little cove.
Oh.
And it's closed off now.
And that's the place where we camped.
Yeah.
We took our tent and set it up there on the beach, and that was one of the most memorable trips.
There used to be a campground there. This is back in the early 80s, and it was run by Oscar, or was it Oscar and Lalo? It was Lalo.
Yeah.
Lalo ran it. One night we came back from doing some research and came back to our tent really late after dark, and he had a restaurant and bar there. So we ordered fish.
Of course.
And we waited and we waited and we waited and nothing. We were so hungry. And I'll bet an hour later, finally, here he comes with snorkel gear and fish on the end of a spear. So we had ordered fish in the dark, and he had to go catch them. And then he cooked them for us. And
that was fun.
That's awesome.
That was really good.
That was back when things were still primitive.
Yeah.
Which was really interesting.
It certainly was. Okay, so on some more modern day spots that you really like, aside from Chimicos, any other faves?
Okay. One of my new favorites. Oh, I'm not going to remember the name of it.
Oh, no.
Place to eat. Playa del Carmen, that new taco place in Playa del Carmen. The Mexico City type tacos.
I'm not going to remember it either.
Oh, my mind's a blank. I'm so sorry. My mind's a blank. Luca's on the favorites.
We always like to find strange little taco shops and things. One thing we do, Kay, is instead of some guidebooks just send you to restaurants. One guy even told me he's not allowed to put a restaurant in the book unless it's been there for 4 years.
Oh. A travel guide, right?
Yeah, a guy I bumped into.
Yeah.
And we try to find new ones. Sometimes it backfires on us because they'll close and we have to do an update sheet, says sorry, but we always like to give them a shot. And we look for something that we call water cooler talk. And what that means is when you go back to work after your vacation, you're going to talk about this unique little place you went to. It might be dumpy. It might,
it might be elegant, but they'll find it and they'll have found it, hopefully due to our maps, and they'll go back and say, we went to this great place we found on this map, and we were the only tourists there, and it was so wonderful. And we like to create that excitement and that fun for people for their vacation.
Get you to do a little adventure.
Yeah.
Get outside your box, perhaps.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more with you.
Now, okay, here's a couple. In Cancun, there is a restaurant, I'm going to say maybe 1.5 miles from some of the fanciest restaurants in Cancun that overlook the lagoon. These are the, $50 to $100 a plate restaurants.
This is in the Cancun hotel zone.
This is actually in the hotel zone. It sits on the lagoon. It's been there since probably early 70s, maybe even earlier. It was one of the first restaurants. And all it is, the where they cook is stacked stones, wood-fired grill, an old piece of sheet metal, awnings for a roof. It is so rustic, it's like walking back in time. And cheap fish. All the locals go there for lunch. Nobody knows about
And
it.
you'll see businessmen down there. But
Yep.
the thing is that's funny is you'll never see it just driving by on the street or even,
Is there a name or a sign or anything?
El Galeon del Caribe.
and it's a tiny sign, and you'll see just a bunch of, greenery and plants, and then there's just little stairway that just goes down. But it's just a little sign and just little steps that go down to it.
Okay, I'm going to go there next time I'm in Cancun. I'm going there. You've sold me on that.
Horrible bathrooms, no running water.
Yeah,
You have to
yeah.
bring in their own water. Fresh
But-
fish.
But it's a great experience, and
Yeah.
the food's really delicious. So,
I'm there. I'm all over it.
No electric.
okay. Maybe a little mosquito spray might
Oh, yeah.
be in order.
Because it's right in the mangrove.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. And that's the kind of stuff we love to search out.
Oh, yeah. That's the best.
Yeah.
Now, when was the last time you guys did updates? I mean, are some of these spots are they on your current maps? Or I know you guys just did an update within the last few months. Is that correct?
We just updated and printed new Cancun, Isla Mujeres, and Playa del Carmen. So yes, that one in Cancun is on that Cancun map.
Mhm.
And it has been for a couple of years,
for a long
I think.
time.
And we did a lot of work for Riviera Maya on our last trip, but just weren't able to get all of those maps completed and ready in time to print. So now we're working on Riviera Maya again, and we'll be making another trip, and we'll be printing that one soon.
Well, that would be great. And maybe when that one has gone to print, you guys would come back and share some of the updates and things that you have for your Riviera Maya map, and we can tell everybody where to get it. Because I know we use the maps in the office all the time, and I'm always ordering new ones because I give all mine away. But that's because they're such great maps.
Thanks, Kay.
Hey, no, I mean, love it, and I'd love to help people out when they need something, but I always seem to give them away my last map, and I'm like, damn it, now I don't have my maps again, and I got to order more.
We actually have customers who order multiple maps because they give them away on their trip.
Yeah. People that order 2 or 3 because they say they'll always run into someone that says, "Oh, that's a great map. Where'd you get it?" Well, they don't have any time to get it once they're there. So these people will just say, "Well, here's my map that I got for anybody who needs it." So we have people who do that a lot. We have a lot of loyal customers who help promote us that way.
Well, speaking of promotion, how can people find you guys? Laura, you go by MapChick, which is, you've had that nickname for a long time, but we share with everybody who's listening the best ways to find you guys, to order your maps, and to reach out.
Our main website is cancunmap.com. No S at the end of maps. It's just Cancun Map. Then I have a website that is mapchick.com. And then, of course, we're on Facebook and Twitter. And basically, that's the best way to reach us.
Excellent. Well, we'll have show notes, and everybody can go to our website, locogringo.com/podcast, and we will have some notes about the places that Laura and Perry spoke about today, and direct contact information and links over to their websites and Facebook profiles. So if you can reach out to them anytime, and of course you can always contact me, and I can fast track you to Laura and Perry at ask@locogringo.com. Guys, wow, this has been great. I've really enjoyed it.
Oh, I have too. We always have fun talking to you, Kay.
I know. And we need to do it more often. I think last time we talked was not too long ago. Actually, a few months ago, we had breakfast in Tulum.
Yes, we
Kay,
did.
we can't stop. I've got 100 stories boiling in my head.
Okay, I want your stories, Perry. Trust me, I want those stories. So we'll have episode 2 of the Laura and Perry show. How's that?
No. This could go on forever. You don't know what you gotten yourself into.
Well, a big muchas gracias to Laura, a.k.a. MapChick, and Perry for their time today, and a big thank you to all of you for tuning in. You can get today's show notes at locogringo.com/podcast for some of the places that they've mentioned, links over to their websites, and contact information. If you're looking for maps, you can also find Laura and Perry's maps on Loco Gringo. Just go to our website, locogringo.com, and in that search box, put in the word maps, and you can get all of their maps, including their ever-so-popular Isla Mujeres map, right online. Until next week, everyone, hasta la vista.
Thanks for listening. If you like the show, be sure to subscribe. For links, show notes, and more information, head on over to locogringo.com or give us a call toll-free at 800-478-0081.
Porque se tragó la luna, estaba enferma la rana, su madre soba que soba, dedos de pluma la panza, pensó ranita que luna era una toronja blanca, y aunque la luna es de leche, la leche estaba cortada. Croa, croa, dedos de pluma, croa, croa, dedos de agua, croa, croa, dedos de pluma, croa, croa.
Well, are you inspired now to move down here? Do you want to move down here and have a little place of your own? Well, then you need to talk to our friends at By Playa. You know, they have a friendly and knowledgeable international staff. They speak lots of languages, and they are known as being a buyer's agent. Well, what does that mean? That means they are only going to show you and sell you properties they know that have escrituras. An escritura is a title. And it's part of their due diligence to make sure the title is clear, there's no liens, and that the person who's selling the property is actually the owner. By Playa works with lawyers that specialize in fideicomisos, which is a Mexican trust. You may have heard of it already before. And they can address things such as capital gains problems immediately and right up front, so that you have no surprises along the way to closing. So contact our friends at By Playa at byplaya.com.